Is American society doomed for darkness or in need of a Renaissance-type revival? Created by Janessa. First, let's take a look back to the 15th century. The need for change was a major problem that society aimed to change during the Renaissance. Before the period of revival, the Dark Ages consisted of barbarian supremacy, poverty, famine, droughts, and much more. Old philosophies seemed to be outdated, which propelled the need for new beliefs. In order to reform and reinvent these beliefs, creativity and free will had to be applied to form the most probable conclusions about the world. When concern of the natural world became prominent, people realized the need for education and new means of navigating the real world in order to thrive. Presently, the world is divided in a different way than in previous times. In the past, most conflicts were simply for territory or involved wars, rebellions, economic issues, and secession. Today, division is much more societal and personal to each individual, partially due to the popularization of social media and national news. America is arguably the epicenter for these types of division. For these reasons, American society is in need of a Renaissance-type revival in order for a big leap of change and progress. Throughout the course of history, the world has been known to take one step back and two steps forward. Despite this, barriers are always being broken that were deemed unbreakable, and the world is progressing rapidly. In order to take the next step, America needs a revolutionary event to take place to mark a new era. Additionally, it's evident that the American people are ready and awaiting a revival past division and violence. Some of the most important principles for promoting a revival are individualism, humanism, and skepticism, which are all components of realism. It is imperative that people take a look at themselves and say, what can I do to make America and the world a better place, whether it is within a small community or widespread influence. As Hubert Humphrey stated, much of our American progress has been a product of the individual who had an idea, pursued it, fashioned it, tenaciously clung to it against all odds, and then produced it, sold it, and profited from it. This indicates that change begins with ourselves, which is what significant Renaissance thinkers portrayed through their works, whether it was Niccolo Machiavelli, Thomas More, Martin Luther. They all wished to strike change and acted upon that wish. They may have criticized government or simply painted an inspirational image, but they all impacted their government and country for the better. Ultimately, America is in need of a Renaissance-type revival due to separation and violence. A revolutionary event is needed for major progress to be made and for barriers to be broken. The Renaissance is a great example and offers great inspiration that the American people can utilize to strike the needed change and help others realize the need. What would this revival look like, you may ask? Find out in our next segment featuring literary works by Dr. Carl Sagan.